Oh, that's weird.
I think didn't they show? Yeah, maybe like right here. Can we? Yeah, perfect.
Um, is for some reason we're having a crazy
It
time.
says here that the custom live streaming service is working.
Yeah, I know that's happening, but I've lost my picture from being large.
So we're live on Facebook and YouTube, yes?
Yes, we are.
So
But I
welcome,
haven't
beautiful
started recording
beings.
because literally the picture got really, really, really small. This is really weird.
Okay, we are just rolling with it.
Just start the recording anyway, Scott, and I'll do the video and we'll go from there.
I can't even access it. That's what's weird.
Oh, shall I start the recording then?
We haven't started recording yet. We're live on YouTube and Facebook.
No, what I
We're
mean
not
is I can
recording
start
yet
it. I can start it.
because my whole
I've had to go down and hit the Zoom button on my computer to get me back in the Zoom room screen.
Well, it's weird. I'm in the Zoom room, but it's not letting me go to full picture. I think Zoom's changed all their settings and it's really weird. Be with us for a moment, people. We're going to figure this out.
Sure.
Isn't that weird?
Scott,
Press that button.
Scott, you're full picture to me.
Yeah,
You're
I know.
taking up-
It's about on our computer.
Oh, okay.
This is the weirdest thing. I can't get it to go back to. All right, Omashar, I'm going to make you host, and I'm going to go out and come back in, and then I'll start recording. Oh, we got it. I'm back. Okay. So make me host again, please.
And then you'll have to remake me host. So,
And I shall do that, I promise.
yeah, sure.
All right, everybody, welcome. And now, Omashar's going to play our opening video. Thank you.
What if I were to suggest that you play a key role in the awakening world? And that you are watching this because you have heard the call. We can start right now by opening our hearts and minds. Welcome to the awakening world.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Awakening World. I'm Love Coach Scott Katamas with
Tangela from Soul Search.
our favorite co-host.
Coming to you live from New Living Expo here in San Rafael at the Marin Civic Center. And it's been an amazing weekend so far.
What's a highlight for you?
Just meeting so many incredible people. Well, one, we love seeing our Soul Search community here, all of our amazing attendees, all of our practitioners, but then getting to really expand our family. We've met so many new practitioners that will be coming on our platform, creating their own TV shows. We'll be seeing them at our expo soon. And of course, so many more Bay Area people who haven't been to our expo yet.
And
So-
you're Bay Area people now. She's a San Francisco person.
Exactly. So it's exciting to be here. You guys can see a little bit of the lively expo happening behind us. We're here at the Soul Search booth. So it's been a lot of fun.
And the big news is Omashar is back from England. And we have missed you, brother. And it's great to have you back on. And I'm going to put the attention on our beloved brother, Omashar, and let's send him lots of hearts and loves and welcoming him back.
Yeah, well, it's always wonderful to be here and wonderful to be back. Not that I've ever been gone, because I've always been with myself wherever I was still there. So thank you so much. It's been a trip. I'm processing a lot. My mother is still with us, so you wouldn't, if you saw her, you wouldn't believe. However, you know, it's between her and her I am presence, let's say, as to when the final move gets happening. And so anyway, I'm going to start a song now. I'm going to play a song called What More Can I Be Than What I Am, because it's the truth. And thank you for your love. I have felt it, and I am really, really grateful to be in this high vibe frequency. So without further ado, let's do this. Yes. What more can I be than what I am? Though it's taken some time to clear these clouds from my eyes. So open your heart and dance along. I'm thinking it's time to stop that same old song. Life. So hear me now. I am in love with the world around me, and I will hold her in my arms and lift her with my dreaming. Ba-da-da-da. I lift her with my dreaming. Ba-da-da-da. I lift her with my dreaming. Ba-da-da-da. So don't try to hold me to what I was. I've traveled through time to see this day arise. The love that I am is here for you. So open the door and let the sun shine in. I've come alive, so hear me now. I am in love with the world around me, and I will hold her in my arms and lift her with my dreaming. I lift her with my dreaming. Ba-da-da-da. I lift her with my dreaming. Ba-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da. Ba-da-da. open your heart and dance along. I'm thinking in time to stop that same old song. I've come alive, so hear me now. I am in love with the world around me, and I will hold her in my arms and lift her with my dreaming. La-da-da-da. And lift her with my dreaming. Ba-da-da-da. And lift her with my dreaming. Ba-da-da-da. What more can I be than what I am? Right?
Beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
My pleasure. It's always an interesting one. I haven't sung for almost 3 weeks, apart from in the shower and walking by the river, and so it's quite lovely to hear my voice again.
You know, I gotta let everybody know they have changed all the settings on Zoom. Like nothing is where it has always been. And so
Exactly.
it's like crazy. So the combination of being at the show where it's loud and all the settings are completely weird. But
So, Scott, remember you used to be a surfer?
what's that?
Were you not a surfer at one time?
Was there what?
You surfed, right? Surfed in the ocean.
Oh, surfing, body surfing. I did
Yeah,
body
so
surfing.
that's what we're doing tonight. We're surfing, brother.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to read some of the comments and then Tangela and Victoria are going to bless us, but I want to acknowledge all of our friends that are there. And yeah, people are saying how good it is to have Omashar back again. Charlotte, Christy, everybody's commenting on it. So it's great to have you back, brother. We love you so much. And we're going to go together. Like, see, I can't, the view section isn't where it's supposed to be. Like,
I know it's all changed. It's now called, I don't know, whatever it is.
Here's-
But it's great to see
like this-
Victoria. That's a good face.
all right. Well, we'll almost sure we'll be back with 2 more songs. And Victoria Shaw, one of our favorites.
So-
Tangela, what do you want to share about Victoria?
Well, I know Victoria needs no introduction. She is an incredible psychic, PhD psychologist, and expert in tapping into your intuition. She is a channel as well, and she has several shows on Soul Search TV, including her live reading show, which you guys can still watch the replay of Ask Your Spirit Guides with Victoria Shaw. You can tune in and watch those episodes. They're really amazing. And see Victoria giving readings. And she has Living in Alignment season 1 and season 2. Season 1, you can see her working with clients. And season 2, you can actually see 8 women going through a transformational retreat process at Victoria's beautiful retreat center. So really amazing. And Victoria is doing a talk here at New Living Expo tomorrow. Ask Your Spirit Guides. And so we're just blessed to have you with us today.
Happy to be with you guys. Always, 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 always.
Awesome. So welcome, welcome. And of
Thank
course,
you.
Victoria is an amazing soul search teacher, healer, and guide. And we love having her here with us. So Victoria, take it away. How has the New Living Expo been for
It's
you?
been really good. It's been really, this has been great.
Yeah.
Oh, here. It's been good. I've been having a lot of fun. The energy's up here great. There's been a lot of people coming through. It's been a really fun day. It's been a really fun day.
Now, what's it? I know you talked about how you need a lot of sleep. Yeah, yeah.
I slept well last night. It's good. Yeah. I just need a lot of time to rest and recover. I also eat a lot when I'm doing like a lot of teachings and readings. So just a lot of 3D
Right.
to kind of compensate for the other stuff.
So go ahead and tell the audience. I know that I'm here, but they're more interested.
Okay, I'll keep looking there. So,
Ignore the man. Ignore the man behind the.
there. See, now I can see you when you talk, and then I can talk at them.
All right, that works.
Okay, cool.
So tell us a little bit about your process of bringing through your guides.
Oh, that's a good question.
Very good question.
And it's kind of developed over time. Nowadays, it's always about setting the energy. It's always about my mind gets really quiet. I tap in, I set the intention, and then it kind of flows. And more now, I'm really aware a lot of times of my guides, and especially if it's like spirits right here, it kinesthetically, I can feel them come into, I call it my spirit spot. Loved ones are a little further away. My guides are a little bit closer. And I've just been doing it so long, it's kind of seamless. For me, at the beginning of every session, I set the energy. So I ask for the highest intention. I ask to be a clear channel. I ask to connect to my guides and my clients' higher selves and guides. And then I just kind of let her rip because I always trust that, there's just perfect synchronicity and whatever wants to come through comes through. Most of the time I'm a conscious channel. Most of the time I'm a participant in that, like they use my words. If I have a reflection or something pops into my mind, I share it and I trust everything exists in the container. Other times, especially more recently, mostly because I've been asking for it, I will get word for word channeling from the guides. And sometimes too, if like I want to make sure that we're all on the same page and then I'm not like driving the truck without them, I'll tune back in. I'll be like, all right, are we good? Am I good? Do you have anything that you want to add? And again, then I'll feel a spiritual presence here kind of with me. Does that answer your question, Scott?
It's a start. I'm going to ask
Yeah.
to follow up.
Okay.
Tiara, because we're on a small computer and everything's weird, I can't really check the chat very well. So Tiara, if you could check the chat, and if throughout the evening anybody has a question or an important comment, just jump in and add it in between a spaciousness. Okay. What's your recommendation now that you're helping others? What's something you can share with our audience in general about how they can cultivate their abilities to tap in?
Okay. Number one, you have it all the time. It's already there. We're all tapping in and out of alignment all the time. And so the trick is number one, to recognize when it's happening for you. And number two, to learn to still your mind long enough to notice, basically. But it's happening all the time. So anywhere where you feel in the flow, aha moments, things where like the answer pops into your brain, any, moments of inspiration, those are all your intuition speaking to you and through you. And it's happening all the time. If you think it is and it feels good, it usually is. And so I teach 3 simple steps, and this is what works for me. Actually, it's coming through differently today. So that's always check in. Today, the guides say the first step is to set the intention, to really set the intention, because, where your focus goes, your energy flows. And when we set an intention, we're basically like, corralling all of the energies of the universe to conspire to give us, what we're looking for. So the intention's really powerful. And they say embedded in that is what is normally Victoria's step 1. They said step 2, so now I'm getting all confused. No, but embedded in that, I'm going to take this one, guys, is also just that paying attention to where it's already happening. Okay. And they're not arguing with me. And then, okay, I'm just going to be quiet and let them talk. Step 2. What is step 2? Oh, this is beautiful. Step 2, as of tonight, is love and honor yourself. Right? Love and honor yourself. Trust that you can do this, that you are a vessel. You've been doing this since you came out of the womb. This is your birthright, your intuition and your spiritual connection. It's just you being you without all the human smoke and mirrors. So the more that you love yourself, honor yourself, trust yourself, give yourself that human, because a lot of times too, when we're not in love with ourselves, that's when we're in negative self-talk. That's when we're in grandiosity, when we're like, I already have all the answers, or my guide is the smartest guide in the world. And, therefore you're not hearing your guides at all. But the more we can cultivate self-love, self-acceptance, and self-trust, then it just flows. It just flows. And then the third step that's coming through tonight, which is also different than what I usually teach, but I love it. So I'm glad I shut up to listen. See, I'm demonstrating my process.
You are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The third step, they say for all of you today, is to really be your authentic self. And that is that is a word that gets thrown around a lot, you know, and so you can't try to be your authentic self, but really the more that you allow yourself to be as you are, you cherish like all of your uniqueness, all of your gifts. You don't worry so much about what other people think. You worry about what you value about yourself, what you love, what excites you, what you're curious about. And you really allow your own unique human, which turns into your soul lens, to shine and be what they say is sort of the framework or the aperture through which your soul can express itself. Then that's another great way to connect with your intuition, because it's intuition is a relationship between human you and higher you. And so the more that you allow your human you to be who you really are and align with that and trust in that, it can't help but flow. It can't help but flow, and it will flow in the way that is unique and right for you.
Now, it was fascinating to watch what happened for you.
Okay, tell me.
Well, yeah, because you were talking and then you were hearing something different from the guides. So tell us just about that. Like, what's that like for you? What part of the brain is talking, and where or how do you hear the guides coming in at the same time that you're dispersing?
Gosh, I wish I knew. I am trying. I am harassing someone who I want to be on my podcast, Jeff Terrence. And we had an introduction, and I'm like, he's just super busy. Anyway, because he does brain scans, and I want one. I want one of my brain because I love this stuff. I was a neuropsychologist first. So, but what I understand from what I've heard about his work is that a lot of mediums, it's right here, it's the right temporal parietal lobe. So it's so cool that kinesthetically, this is where my guides show up. And I will feel them getting my attention. And sometimes too, I've learned, the guides say, to self-monitor so well that they don't even need to rein me in. I know just kinesthetically when I'm getting a little bit too human Victoria and not soul self involved in the dialogue Victoria. Sometimes it's because I just say something I've said so many times that I just want to do a little fact check to make sure I'm not in a story and what I'm getting is fresh and true in the now for the purposes. And sometimes too, it's just, because like I really want to play, I'm listening to them, that I really just want to play. And so I tune in with them because they tell me things that like I don't already know. Like part of the joy of getting to do the work that I get to do is like I learn as I go along. And I learn from just awesome teachers, which is my guides and my higher self. And, and it just keeps evolving. I don't think that answered your question, but.
So when you were talking
Okay.
and it came in,
Okay.
do you hear a voice or do you get an imagining? What happens?
For me, it's a felt sense. If I ask for words, what am I missing?
I'm just doing a little video of us.
Okay, cool. If I asked for words, like word for word, they will give me word for word. A lot of times they say my words are just fine. And, going back many, many years before I knew what channeling was or knew I was a channeler, I was a philosopher because I didn't know about spirit yet. And my experience was I was writing papers in high school because I went to a very free high school where I could kind of stretch my mind as far as it would go. And I did that a little bit in philosophy class in college. And the sensation was going to the place beyond words, feeling the information, like experiencing the information, then bringing it back over the line and finding the words for it. And I think that's how the channeling ability started for me. And now it doesn't feel like that unless I'm really stretching. Now I'd be more inclined to just ask the guides to give me word for word or let the information come and just sit with it a little bit until concepts form. And honestly, sometimes I don't want the concepts at all because, the pure knowing is so much more delightful and delicious. And there's so many things that I know that I can't explain them to you or articulate them, but they're just divine.
So does it come in a complete download all at once? Or do you actually does it come a sentence at a time?
It can if I ask.
Okay.
So there'll be times when I'm just in the flow and we're just doing our thing. And it's like, I don't even know who's talking, but it's all good. There'll be other times when I wait and pause and listen. And usually, God, how does it feel? It just feels like energy. And then I find the words. And then there's more and more times too, sometimes when it's word for word, either I pause and word for word appears, and that would be the closest to what you'd call hearing. And then sometimes too, I don't like being I'm not an unconscious channel, but I like to be in full control of all of my facilities. But every once in a while, words will shoot through my mouth and I'll be like, yeah, that wasn't me.
Wow.
So does
And-
that help?
Yeah, it's very,
Okay.
yeah, and comments or questions to share. Who are you guys? Who are
Oh.
they?
It's a really good question. They're not just my guides, because when I'm doing a reading or working with groups, I really invite all the highest guidance to come through. And that's, our higher self, source, infinite intelligence, whatever you want to call it. I trust that I'm going to tap into the energy that is most resonant and most relevant for the task at hand. The guides that I feel most comfortable with and I work with the most, there are a couple. Some are like certain name brand energies and entities.
Name
that
brand? Name brand?
Like, you are.
With some Vivian Chauvin.
Very magical.
Guide I worked with was Mother Mary. That was like, and yeah, I feel a resonance with Archangel Michael, Isis, like just certain beings. I think it's from past lives
But
mostly.
you don't name them when you are
No,
channeling or speaking or bringing them through for people.
yeah, because I think unless I think it's on a need to know. There are times when the name, and that's what I've been doing all day today is meet your spirit guides, right? So, and sometimes like having the name, having the connection, having the where in the past life we met, having an image like or a feeling or a what sign, like that can be really, really helpful because we're human beings and we want to have friends on the other side.
Yeah.
And I was a very lonely child and somewhat free, like extra free range, I say, like somewhat neglected. And so when I, as an adult, discovered I had these guides and they've been with me my whole life, I mean, God, like, and so we need that. And it's true, they're there and they love you and they're watching you every step of the way, and you've never been alone. And we don't, when we need it, it's there for us to understand them as individuated entities and friends and, and that's totally fine. But other times I just want to tap in and get the information. So years ago, I asked the soul group of which I think I'm a part, and my guides, if I needed a name. And their answer was no, you don't need a name. There's absolutely no reason why you need a name. If you want one, we'll give you one. And they gave me two names that are similar, the Violet Harmonics and the Violet Resonance, because my primary guide appears to me as Violet. And, but I don't know if that means anything.
Right.
I don't advertise it. If someone asks, I tell the story, but like, and I also don't want people coming to me and saying, what do your guides think? And we get that a lot in the spiritual community, like a lot of channelers, like, what does Abraham think? And, if you say vibe with Esther Hicks and Abraham, which I absolutely do, I did a 3-year deep dive into that energy. And, like I can connect with that energy. Like, that's what happens. And at first I was like, am I being weird? Should I go on, go get chosen and ask Esther, am I connecting with? And I was like, no, I know this. I know what I would tell someone else, right? Because these energies are all free. We're all part of the same
It's like
thing.
radio channels.
Receive them the way that you receive them, just like Jesus is not only my guide, that would be.
He's not monogamous. Jesus is not monogamous.
It's I've had many lifetimes in the Christian faith that I know, and that I've been I was raised Jewish, if I was raised anything, but I've been talking to Jesus since I was a child. So it's just, it's what, but I never want someone coming to me and saying, what are your guides? And you can say it to me. I won't, I'll just correct you gently, but it's, all of this is to awaken a knowing that's already in you. And so don't give your power away to anything in the spirit world. Just know that the spirit world is here to support you, love you, and help you find the answers within you. And you'll know when they're your answers because they'll feel right.
Love that.
So
Sheila, you want to?
I mean, and I think one of the, I've seen Victoria do Ask Her Spirit Guides, many group settings at the Soul Search Expos, Conscious Life, here at New Living. And, people always ask, how can I connect to my spirit self?
Yeah.
And how do I do that?
Well, first of all, you're doing it. No, you are. You are. Every single one of us is. And anywhere where you feel like those moments of feeling loved or an aha moment or a synchronicity or, someone pops into your life, unexpectedly, that's just what you need. Or sometimes someone will say something to you, and you'll be like, God, that's just what I needed to hear. Like all of those things are your guides at work. And they're always working for you and always supporting you. You can ask them for literally anything. And, they work through the law of attraction. So you call, they answer. And in order for you to receive, you just need to get into alignment with that. You need to get into alignment with that and be ready. But they're here, they're doing the work, even if you're not in alignment with that. They're just waiting for you to catch up so that you can feel them. And sometimes if we ask too hard or try too hard or put too many conditions on it, we create resistance. So it's better to trust that they're there, to get excited by anything that you think is your guides, because it probably is. If it feels good, if it doesn't feel good, it's not your guides. They love you. And, I always say if the voice is unkind, it's your mind. It's not your guides. That they don't, only the human realm is unkind. But you start to trust, you start to listen, you start to know, you start to open up, you start to quiet your mind. And then you start to kind of learn the unique language with which they speak to you. Right? So that's the start. Does that answer the question?
Definitely. And I think that's so powerful and useful because again, we're here to say that, Victoria is an amazing channel and intuitive guide. But again, we all have intuition and abilities to tap in. We have amazing teachers and guides like Victoria that can support us in that journey. But
yeah,
have that ability.
Yeah. And I have teachers too, because there are times when I'm so loud, in my own thinking and my own emotions and my own stuff that I love it. I work with my mentor once a week and have been with this particular, she's been my teacher from the start, but from working with her regularly since I've been in California. And in those moments, right, like sometimes she has an insight that I wouldn't see, but a lot of times she just holds the space so I can, my monkey mind can shut the front door and I can, be held with another human being and hear my guides and feel supported and feel validated. And, it's magical. So again, the work that I do isn't telling you something you don't know. It's connecting you with you. And, it's just through my lips, but we all have it.
Beautiful.
Kiara, are there any comments or questions that
Yeah.
you want to bring into the field here?
Absolutely. There's a lot of great comments and questions. And one of the things I wanted to share at the very beginning, Victoria, when you were starting to, to give us your model and you felt the interrupted flow, I went in to feel what you were feeling and I could feel the other guides coming in. I put in the chat, you have other guides with you tonight. And if you think about it, you've got all our guides. So there was a big conference happening and they were giving you integrated messages. So it's just so cool.
I love how you said that. That's 1,000% how it feels to me. So I love that I love that mirror back. Thank you.
Yeah. So people are talking about whether they receive messages word for word or how it comes to them. They're talking about synchronicities. Eleanor Joy says, Victoria, you look so connected, glowing from the inside. Let's see, harmonics and resonance. Grace Denise is acknowledging that. And that Reverend Jeffrey says, you're so very cool. You keep it lighthearted and fun.
Oh, thank you.
And you're
I
touching
appreciate
a
that.
lot of hearts, touching a lot of hearts and souls. Grace Denise says so much synchronicity, in hearing this right now, going to that place. This is beautiful, behind words, and then trying to find the words for it.
Yeah. And they come to you. They arrive, and we all have it. We all have it. And it's different for everybody. Some people hear, some people see, some people taste, touch. And then there's all the synesthesia that goes on because the spirit world is not your five senses anyway, right? It's beyond that. And I say, if you feel that it's your guide, trust it.
And I love the differentiation you gave between whether it feels good or not. And let's see, Karen S is saying that she met Esther and Jerry Hicks back in the 90s in Houston, and was having a lot of experiences listening to the Abraham tapes.
Yeah.
I was wondering for you, what are the ways that you use to differentiate collective thoughts coming through and energies versus guides or your own intuition?
That's a good question. If by collective thoughts, you mean like human collective energies?
Yes.
It has a different feeling. It's a heavier vibration. It's not wrong or bad, but it has a little bit more flavor. It's the only way to describe it. Because I'm also, all of the things, all of the clairs, and I'm an empath. So and all of those things are relevant. I was a therapist for many years, and one of my greatest gifts doing that work was being able to get the unarticulated thoughts that people, once they were spoken, it was like, yeah, but they hadn't put words to that, right? And that's somewhat guidance the guides actually say, but sometimes too, it's saying the thing that I really need to say, but I don't think I have permission to say it, right? But it feels very different than the message from the guides. And I want to get something because they're coming in to say something too. What they're saying is too, sometimes there's no read for differentiation because the higher vibrational collective thoughts are also, this is how they're saying it, God thoughts as well. So it's really not a matter of kind so much as a matter of resonance. Okay. I hope that made sense because that was from them.
Absolutely. And what you just gave to us through them was a lesson in neutrality and
Yeah.
and beyond the polarity of thoughts that feel good versus thoughts that don't feel good per se. And so I'm hearing, they're saying like loosening our attachment to what is perceived as emotion for what's in will help.
Yeah. And like emotion has a certain flavor tone. It's helpful. It's useful. It's not wrong. Messages from my guides are emotionally neutral. They don't have any emotional charge is the only way to describe it. They may have like more excitement or more, but it's all good. It's all good. And it's just discernment of sort of knowing, where to tune in and not getting confused. Right. Like I always say, if someone comes to you and they want to talk to their spirit guides, but you're reading their mind, those are two different things. So you want to know what you're doing because, you don't want to, I've had clients say, I went to a medium and they said my guides and then they share their worst fear. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think that's what happened there, but I don't know. Does that, yeah.
Absolutely. That makes sense. And,
yeah.
and there is a
Yeah.
different, go ahead.
Yeah. And I say, if it feels good, if it brings you peace, if it, expands your awareness, if it feels right, then go with it. Go with it, because it's getting you there. That's what matters.
Yes. And there's comments people have made that they
Okay.
had a great time working with you, getting readings from you. And
Thank you.
yeah. And when you were just describing the difference between reading psychic energy and your guides, there is a distinction. Can you share more about that for us?
Yeah, there's a saying that all mediums are psychics, but not all psychics are mediums. And I don't love it. I don't love it. I understand why they're saying it, but I don't love it. And I don't love it for a couple of reasons. Number one, we're all psychics and we're all mediums. So it kind of throws that. We all have these abilities. We're all doing it to varying degrees. Some of us can learn, I think I've done this in a lot of bodies. It just came naturally to me. I'm also a little neuroatypical, which helps. But whatever, we can all learn it. It's something you all have, and your loved ones and your guides are connecting with you all the time, even if it doesn't seem as loud as it does for me, it's there. And number two, I think the reason why people make that distinction is because there is a difference between reading energy and connecting with guides. And so you just want to be mindful. But again, what the guides were saying before is we can read really high bandwidth of energy, and that can also be guides, that can be the collective at the highest levels. That's wisdom, right? So it's more about where you tune in, how you tune in, than, what you're tuning into, if that makes sense, or who you're tuning into. And
Yeah.
again, you never want to give your power away even to the other side, because you'll know what feels right.
Sovereignty, spiritual sovereignty.
Bingo. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
even with the unseen, or perhaps especially.
Yeah.
As you were speaking, a thought came to me. We have a lot of teachers and educators here in our Zoom room and also out in the field. Can you talk about your thoughts with children and their gifts and things like that?
About 50% of my practice was kids for most of my practice. And it's one of my favorite things to do. I don't do it so much anymore. I work with a lot of parents still, but not as many kiddos. And I love working with kids for a bunch of reasons. One, because of course they're naturally intuitive, and more so in the early years. And then it starts to fall away, although that's shifting even in the 15 years, 16 years that I've been practicing. I've seen more and more parents tapped in and committing to keeping that intuitive voice alive in their kids. And that makes me so happy. And I think that's going to be the way of the future. Kids are also little psychic sponges. So they're picking up, they're learning from their parents and their caregivers in the world, both seen and said and unsaid, seen and unseen. So, oftentimes I will share with a parent, your kid is tapping into this or that. No, well, I've never said anything about that. Doesn't matter. They know they're tapped in. They're picking all of that up, right? They're picking up our unresolved unconscious stuff and jumping into it. It's not wrong or bad. It gives us both an opportunity to grow, but just to be aware of that. And so as a parent, the more you can do your own work, or as a teacher, the better. The more you can stay clear in your own alignment, that's going to help. And then also just trust their vibes and teach them to trust their vibes, right? I teach graduate students now, which is one of my favorite things to do. And I tell my graduate students the same thing that I tell my students in my intuition development classes, that, I used to be, a very good student. And I used to believe that the teacher had all the answers and that my job was to figure out what the teacher wanted and give it back so I could get my A. And that's what most of us are taught to do. And please don't do that anymore. Empower your students to find their own answers, right? I mean, obviously, if you're teaching math or something like that, but, let them learn to do it their own way. Like, give them space. I actually was also blessed that I went to an alternative school where I was able to channel papers in high school, and I didn't even know what it was called, and they loved it. And I got that first feedback that my magic is magical, and you can't, that was soul soothing for me.
Yeah, exciting.
So it's really about, think about empowering your students, empowering your children, listen to them, trust them, let them hear themselves first, offer your wisdom as an opinion, as an alternative. And just like I do as a medium or a psychic or a spiritual channel, invite them to try it on for size and see what fits for them. And the more that you can do that, the more you're empowering the next generation to hear themselves, and not have to go like this and then go through the hard task of remembering everything again later on.
Keeping it conscious.
Yeah. And giving them that space and to listen and not just impose and think best. I mean, there might be things as an adult, that they don't know, but just honor what they do know, and that, they have that inner intuition and resonance within, and you want to teach them to tune into that first and foremost.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I have a few
So
more
fun.
questions, and I'm also looking at something in the chat, checking in. How's our host doing over there? And
We're great. Thank you for kind of popping in there.
absolutely.
Are there any other comments or questions for right now?
Yes. There is one. Grace Denise says, as I understand from your sharing and from what feels true to me, not about categories, and naming is optional and helpful in proportion. As we sense through this means the most aligned, connected, and uplifted.
1000%. Yes. You understand it. That's exactly it. And again, names and categories can be really helpful, you know? So if I always say you get the name, you get the category because it resonates with something right now, it takes you to the next place, it gives you the answer. But don't hang on it. Don't think it's forever. Like just take it for now, take what it means, and sometimes you don't need it at all. So I hope that made sense. Sometimes I don't know, because I know it makes sense to me.
Okay, so last minute for questions in the chat.
about the-
Anybody?
Oh,
What do the guides say about the future?
about the future in general,
Planet Earth,
planet Earth. So it's funny.
2026.
It's funny, Scott.
Tell them.
It's funny, Scott, because yesterday, and I just want to stop and say thank you so much. I have to look at Scott for 1 minute, then I'll look at you. Thank you so much, because this makes me so happy, and I love doing this so much, and I'm just so grateful.
I love you.
I love you too, and I'm so grateful for what you
Good.
do and including me in it, and your vibe and being part of this community. No, like for reals, like I'm on cloud nine.
We wanna
And then you asked me a question, and it's funny, I was out on my walk yesterday, downloading my talk for tomorrow, and I got a message for you all. And the guides were saying, like, I was like, what am I going to talk about? Because he said I have to talk about something, and I'm not going to want to give readings after giving readings all day. And but I love you all, but I'm just tired. And they did actually give me a message about that.
Wow.
So they heard you. And the message was really beautiful, and I'm going to try to encapsulate it rather than hearing it again, but I'm sure they'll chime in and you know, my feeling a lot is a lot of what's happening now in the world is this is a time in the world where we have very, very, very high vibration, and more people are here now with an expanded awareness. And that's a really good thing. More people than ever before collectively on the planet Earth have gone to where my teacher talks about over the line, where you're living more than 50% in soul than in ego.
Wow.
Okay. And there are more of us now holding those higher vibrations than ever before, and more coming. It's a tidal wave. Okay. So I want you guys to know that first. And it's also a time when, because of that, we're seeing, you know, the light is shining so bright that we're seeing everything that's wrong. And it feels like it's worse than it was before. But my intuition is it's not really worse. It's just that now we feel the wrongness of things more acutely and by more of the population than ever before. I have been reading my own and others' past lives for as long as I've been doing this work. And I have to say, like, war, like really nasty things have been going on for a really long time on Earth, right? And so it's important to know, like, part of this is that we're seeing this more now. Because we're in a position to change it, to see it. And it feels wrong to us because we are at a higher vibration. So the higher you go, the more the low feels out of alignment. So many of us are feeling it more strongly now than we would have from other vantage points and other lifetimes. Okay. So that's sort of the backstory. And what the guides were saying to me on my walk yesterday, it was just the most beautiful thing. And they were saying, like, if you look at a time now where the light seems to be dimmed, right? And you dim the light. And think about it. They said, when you dim the light, it gives an opportunity for all of the lights that are there to shine. All the lights that are there to shine. So as we've dimmed the light, now we can really see all the lights that are, all the little flames and little sparkles that are opening up that are coming here to shine. Okay. And so it's it's upon you all to, like, let your little light shine. Let your little light shine more and more. This is the time for it. This is where we are coming together collectively to light up the world. And that dimming of the light is just so that, you know, to help us find each other and to help that light shine and to help us all grow and bring us into the next, what is that called? Age, eon, paradigm, new Aquarius. Yeah, you have ascension. That's the one. I was just looking for the tag words. So I hope that one landed. I thought that was beautiful. I'd never seen it that way before. So shine your light bright.
I'm just sending
Okay.
a message to Geraldine Roscoe, who's going to come on soon.
I could be. Yeah. Okay.
Coming
When I say never again, no, it's like,
Yeah, yeah, right. Never say never.
yeah, that's actually my line.
people waiting for Victoria for a reading.
There you go.
Okay,
Jen, show up.
so we'll wrap up with you. How do they find you?
So search Victoria Shaw, my name, intuitive.com. I have a podcast too, not on Soul Search, but it's awesome. We just celebrated our 6th year. He was on it, she was on it. Amazing guy, me doing this thing that I do, and you can just listen to me talk for 308 episodes. And sometimes other people talk with me too. On Soul Search, you can find Living in Alignment season 1 and 2, and I do readings for people all over the world. So you can do that too. I'm frozen, but
No, we see you.
reading everywhere. Yes.
Let's all give lots of love to
you.
Victoria Shaw.
Guys,
And say the website again slowly.
VictoriaShawIntuitive.com.
Victoria Shaw, and maybe you can put that in the chat box too.
Yeah. And the podcast is Intuitive Connection, and all the other goodness is on Soul Search.
Soul Search
Yay.
at our upcoming Enlightenment Expo. So we'll be letting you all
I
know
will
which
be there.
ones, and you can come meet her and see her live.
Thank you. Thank you
Victoria, I love you so much.
so much. Too. That was so much fun, Scott. We need to do that more.
Perfect.
All right. All right. Let me see if Geraldine Orozco has come into the chat box, or I mean into the Zoom room, because she's going to be our next guest. And while we wait to see, she's going to come into Zoom, even though she was a speaker here. Tangela, tell us a little bit about what's coming up with Soul Search.
So
When
we-
are your next Enlightenment Expos?
Vegas next weekend. So any of you in the Vegas area, we're going to be in Palace Station. It's going to be amazing. Las Vegas has a really vibrant and beautiful spiritual community. So we love being there. We know it's going to be a great show. We have speakers all day. Jared, the medium, is going to be doing his mediumship circle. And then the weekend after that, we're going to be back in Southern California in Irvine. So for those of you in SoCal, in the LA, Orange County area, come meet us in Irvine, California. We're going to have incredible speakers, vendors, teachers, guides, all. And we love coming together with our Soul Search community, and then back in the Bay Area in Concord in May. So we have a big lineup coming up. We love seeing all of you in person and bringing our soul family together in person. And of course, we have our live reading and healing shows every week. So on Monday night at 6 p.m., Bob the Psychic will be doing live readings. He is the #1 psychic in Scottsdale, and he does live readings with us every week on Mondays at 6 p.m. So you can buy a ticket to get a live reading, or you can just tune in and share in the energies. You can watch all the live readings, hear what he has to say. And on Thursday, Ragini Mishra, and actually here, Bob the Psychic is right here. And then on Thursdays, Ragini Mishra, she is going to be doing chanting, meditation, and then intuitive guidance. So you can join the Zoom room. There's no cost at all. Be in the frequency and energy. She works with Babaji as the channel, that she's channeling Babaji and bringing in his frequencies and energies for the collective. And we gather together, meditation and chanting with her, as well as intuitive guidance. And I think the intuitive readings are $10 each. So if you'd like a ticket for that, you can purchase. I think she does 3 per show, but otherwise it's completely free to join the Zoom room. So that's coming up this week. We also have Donna Hartley. She is doing past life readings once a month with us. So next week, week after, we'll be releasing a teaching. Every 2 weeks, she releases a past life teaching, and then she does 3 past life readings. And what you do is if you have an issue that you are facing in your life, or you have been facing a pattern, something that you would like to resolve or have questions about, you basically let her know about that. And then she tunes into the past life that is really bringing through that pattern or that issue, and helps you resolve that through tapping into that specific past life. So it's pretty amazing. She had her first show with us this last Wednesday. It was sold out for the 3 readings. It'll be coming up again next month. So if you guys are interested, we have incredible live reading and live healing shows. Yuri Lee is going to be launching a dream work show, and Monet is going to be doing a numerology show, and that's launching on Mondays, May 4th at 7 p.m. So if any of you are interested in a numerology reading, then you would be sending in your birth date, name, and all of that information to be able to get the numerology reading. I'm actually, Victoria took my mic. That's why you're hearing so much background noise from me.
Okay. Here.
I'll, Trish, Melanie, would one of you guys mind grabbing my mic from Victoria?
And while she does that, I'm actually going to switch over to Omashar for our mid-show
Geraldine-
song. And then we've got
Geraldine's actually here.
AJ and Tom and other special guests.
So you
Here
know Geraldine's in the
comes
house.
Omashar.
Can you hear me? Scott?
What's that?
Did you hear that Geraldine is in the house right now?
Okay, we'll go to her right after your song.
Okay, brother. Woo-hoo. Chicka chicka.
Contemplating everything I knew. Seems as though there's not much left that I would hold on to. Contemplating what is pure and true. Sun and moon and stars and light and earth and water too. We are rising, soaring, flying, living life so free. We are flowing, changing, growing, loving all we see. Glad to know we're coming home again. Open hearts and open minds and open doors and loving friends. Look at the one who's standing by you now. Destiny is in our hands, so leave the density behind. We are rising, soaring, flying, living life so free. We are flowing, changing, growing, loving all we see. Turning to the face of those who need the light of truth, to help them turn the other cheek and turn around. Lift each other up into the highest point of view, so that together we can move to higher ground. Contemplating everything I knew. Seems as though there's not much left that I would hold on to. Contemplating what is pure and true. Sun and moon and stars and light and earth and water too. We are rising, soaring, flying, living life so free. We are flowing, changing, growing, loving all we see. turning to the face of those who need the light of truth to help them turn the other cheek and turn around. Lift each other up into the highest point of view so that together we can move to higher ground. Contemplating everything I knew, seems as though there's not much left that I would hold on to.
Beautiful. Let's go to I can't go to gallery view. I don't even know how to do that anymore, but
It's called losing it, Scott.
and lots of love to Omashar because we love having Omashar with us.
It's
my
good.
God.
The technical glitches are kind of amusing because
Oh
it's
my God.
it's a really great show.
Well, this really great show is going to get a whole lot better because Geraldine Orozco has actually been here at the Expo. She was on a great panel this afternoon, and I thought, oh my God, we've got to have Geraldine on because what you were saying during the panel, Geraldine, is something I really want our audience to hear. It was so clear and so important. Now, of course, all of you who are regulars, you've seen Geraldine before. She's very tapped into her multidimensional self, and she communicates as clearly as anyone I know about our multidimensional reality and how to connect to it. So even though she's back home now, as part of the New Living Expo, and as someone that I have the greatest respect and appreciation for, here is Geraldine Orozco. Hello, Geraldine.
Hi, Scott. It's so wonderful to be here. Wonderful to connect with all of you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Would you be willing to share with the audience just now, similar to what you shared during the panel about connecting to our multidimensional self?
Yeah, so well, the panel was about alien civilizations, and we got to the topic of, well, how do you produce the next level civilization? How do we get there? How do we embody that? And really, the answer is within the body. So the integration, the deep connection, the deep embodiment, and the kind of relearning of what our human experience really is required. It's this foundation of that, right? Because right now we are pretty programmed. We have traumas, we have ancestral histories and belief systems that are just constant filters to our reality. So right now we're not really seeing the full potential of our human potential or even our potential of creation. And so in order to get our civilization to the next step, it really requires us to kind of relearn and re-educate ourselves on the complexities of this body. Our body is multidimensional. And in order to better understand that, you have to integrate, you have to fully embody. And actually, it's the heightening of your senses, primarily your five main senses. But in reality, we have many more senses that we are needing to develop at this time. And so one of the elements is that right now we're going into a new era, really starting this year, where things are going to accelerate and there will be kind of a broadening of range of frequency that's available to every human on this planet. And that means that it's an activation of DNA, but it's also the broadening of the spectrum of visible light that is available to you. And it's not just visible, it's what you can perceive through all of your senses. It's a multi-sensory system. Your ability to access that information requires you to really deeply integrate and connect with the body. So I'll start there. So I don't know where you want to take it, Scott.
Hi, I'm always muting myself because it's, as you can imagine, quite loud
Yeah.
here.
Understood.
But Geraldine, what are some of the tips that you can give to us for how we can become more connected to our multidimensional self while remaining grounded and managing things we need to manage in the 3D world?
Yeah, so I think number one, it's awareness, right? It's the cultivation of the 0 point, really. The 0 point is essentially the non-judgmental observer. It's actually the true self, the one that's hidden underneath all of those filters of perception. And so the unpacking of the layers, how do we unpack those layers, is by deep shadow work. The more that we can do shadow work to uncover, and let's just narrow down, what does it mean to do shadow work? Basically, simply take a look at all the triggers that you have. Any trigger. It could be the slightest little trigger of someone looking at you funny or someone doing something that just slightly takes you off of your balance. Essentially, we are working towards the embodiment of unconditional love. Unconditional love emerges from the 0 point. And the 0 point is the non-judgmental observer. So really, we have to kind of alchemize all of those little filters that we have of perceptions that skew our perception, and be able to see everything. If you can imagine the human experience like a spectrum of white light, every single range of frequency, every possible experience is something that we need to learn to process through the body. And so the ability to process those things is the cultivation of a couple things. Your nervous system, it's the regulation of your nervous system, right? Because if you're triggered all the time, obviously your nervous system is really wired. So to regulate that nervous system, alchemize the triggers, be able to cultivate that 0 point. And from there, that's where you begin to access higher bands of frequency to the body. What does that mean? We are able to love. Love is not an emotion. Love is really the restructuring of this body into a multidimensional system, a bioelectrical system. The more we become bioelectrical, the more you can spin your field, because this is a toroidal field that you have. If it's sluggish, if it's moving really slow, if you're full of judgments, fears, anxieties, emotions that you can't process, that's going to slow down the spin rate of your field. So the 0 point is actually moving your field as fast as possible. Right. So the movement of this field is to remove all these blockages, emotional, mental, physical, and that's how you begin to activate this movement of bioelectricity in the body. Essentially, it's conductivity. The higher conductivity, the higher creation. And I think the ultimate goal is that we tap into our free will, which is pure creation. Your ability to access pure creation from whatever point you're in, that's extremely important for you to access that. And there's never any one way that looks, because again, you are infinite potential. So a couple little aspects there that have to be kind of shifted and changed in our perceptions.
Beautiful. Thank you. GR, I'm going to bring you on for a moment. Are there any questions or comments that have come in from the audience?
Yes. One of the things I noticed, and then I'll say what Eleanor Joy's written for us. I've noticed lately, all of a sudden, it's almost like the eyesight will shift, but it's not internal. It seems like something has shifted in the field where all of a sudden it looks clearer, or I'm looking at it for the first time. Can you speak to that for us?
Yeah, I think that a lot of things biologically are going to be shifting as we move into this kind of new broadening of frequencies that we're able to process through the body. So there's going to be lots of changes. There'll also be a lot of people that are going to be kind of dealing with health issues that they never had to deal with before. And the way I've been shown and understand this is that it's kind of a recalibration of ourselves. The more that you maintain difficult to process emotions in the body, the more difficult those shifts are going to be. The more chaos and difficulty they're going to cause in your ability to navigate this kind of new ranges of frequencies. But sight, for example, is something that we can heal our sight. If we have eye problems, for example, we can shift and we can heal that. There are many ways to heal your sight. But the kind of vision that we're really talking about here is the multidimensional vision, right? It's something that we talked about in the panel earlier, is the development of our telepathic capacity, of our ability to remote view, our ability to tap into other fields of information. It's important to understand, like, if you're grounded, if you're in the body, if you're in that observer state, everything is speaking to you, everything is talking, it's communicating to you. So a shift in vision, whether something becomes blurry or something becomes more clear, sometimes can be an invitation to kind of focus and kind of take a look at what is the message there. I think what I found in my journey is that the more I come into stillness, the more my relationship with my environment is just a constant communication. It's a constant education. We're learning all the time. And, we really, because we're infinite potential, we have the ability to connect to a field of information that can give us any information you need, far more advanced than what we're experiencing with AI, for example. So this is something really important. So pay attention. I also understand that with these global shifts, the solar flares and just the bioelectrical activity that's happening in our solar system, just in general, in the universe, is also activating our response, our bioelectrical response. The more we learn how to cultivate high levels of conductivity in the body, bioelectricity in the body. And so what that means is that emotions, they're all electric, they all have electrical charges. But if you are experiencing emotions that are more coming from the 0 point, from the neutral observer, they actually have much more creative potential because they're more conductive than slower emotions like fear, anger, for example, which can create sluggishness. It can also create blurry vision or just a distortion in your ability to navigate or master your environment. So this is also something to pay attention to, because the more that you understand your emotional body is really the language of creation, that's when you're going to start having a little more free will in your experience.
So rich. There's so much there. We're all going to have to listen to the replay. And I was wondering too, when you talked about new light frequencies, whether that is part of it as well. We do have some comments. Eleanor Joy says, "This is very refreshing, Geraldine. And it's what I've been hearing recently. Thank you for your deep insights." Omashar says, "Triggers are to watch out for as we fine tune ourselves, to not react to them, just watch where they are, what caused them, and say, 'Busted, you have no power anymore.'"
Yes.
Susan Bloomquist says, "The idea that love is a way of being rather than a feeling to pay attention to seems true to me." Beautiful. And
Absolutely.
again, Susan says, "Our emotional body is the language of creation."
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Geraldine, I know that you're in the Bay Area and you do sessions both online and in person.
Yes, yes. I'm primarily working with deep shadow work, and also I'm a clinical hypnotherapist, but I do really deep hypnotherapy to get to the subconscious, to understand what needs to be deprogrammed on a very deep spiritual level. So, if anyone wants to reach out, tomorrow I'll be speaking on the science of our multidimensional body, understanding how do we actually function. I mean, breaking down every aspect of that. And it's something that I teach openly on my YouTube channel. So you can go ahead and check that out at Geraldine Orozco. Yeah, if you want a one-on-one session, you can definitely connect with me. It'd be an honor to connect with you.
I'm on a small computer at the Expo, so I'm not able to do what I normally do of being able to pull up websites and such. But if you could put that into the chat box. And I do have another question for you. One of our favorite, beloved Global Peace Tribe members is our friend Bonnie, and her husband Roger passed away recently. And she writes, "I'm easily triggered right now, way too sensitive as I'm in the grieving period. I'm allowing the feelings to come out, but I also find it's best to keep them to myself. Is there any advice you would give for someone who's, of course, deep grieving? Her life partner has passed away. She's a highly sensitive person. Any thoughts that you'd offer for her?"
Yes, first of all, my deepest sympathies for everything that your family is going through and yourself. Death is always a very difficult transition because unfortunately, there's mutual contractual agreements at the times of death, and there's many things that are dying, but also many things that are awakening in us, and death triggers that in us. So right now, everything comes to the forefront. We become very, very deeply present with what is occurring with us emotionally, and you're also going to be bombarded with lots of memories and thoughts. And so in this moment, it's very important to support yourself by coming into as much authenticity as possible. Try not to resist anything in your body, because that resistance really stores within the tissue and the fascia and in the entire energy system, and starts to block things. I see this all the time with grieving students, that we tend to want to contract ourselves, not be too much. But in the times that you have with yourself, please spend time to really allow those emotions to come up when you're ready. Sometimes they can be overwhelming. Allow yourself to ground yourself deeply and try to go into nature, because nature will help you manage the immensity of those seemingly immense emotions that come up. But number one is to have grace with yourself, come into as much honesty as you can. And in the process of reviewing those memories, try to be as honest as possible, lovingly honest as possible with yourself, with your experience, and truthful, because there's a lot of learning experiences that need to happen at the time of death. This work you can actually work contractually with the person that has passed, and break some of those lingering karmic contracts that usually are what cause severe suffering at the time of death. Okay. And so if you clean up your energy space, try to do energetic hygiene 3 times a day to support yourself, because emotions are energy aside from just emotions in the body. And so we can clear them out of our energy space. And finally, I guess allow yourself to process these emotions over time. You have to give yourself time, because it takes a lot of time. Those emotions are never going to go away. I mean, they're going to, soften with time. But you need to give yourself grace and patience, and don't worry too much about holding. I know you have to hold other people, but try to focus on yourself and the processing of those emotions first. It's very, very important at this time.
Geraldine, thank you so much for that beautiful advice, Rabani. Really beautiful. And for just coming on so spontaneously. It was wonderful to see you on stage. And when you come back tomorrow, hopefully I'll see you in person. Of course, there's our beloved Tangela, our co-host.
So hope to see you soon tomorrow at the show.
Yes, look forward to seeing you. Thank you so much.
Hope to see you tomorrow. Thank you so much, Geraldine. Please put in the chat box how people can reach you.
I'll do that. Thank you for having me, Scott. Much love. Bye.
Well, one of the great things about coming to the New Living Expo is you get to meet people you've only met online. And I just now, for the first time, met Tom. Earlier, I'd met AJ, and it's our favorite. Tom and AJ, there they are.
Jasmine
And
Bear.
Jasmine Bear.
We're so grateful to be here. And we just got off with the most amazing channeling session. So it's been a terrific time here at the New Living Expo. We're so grateful to be a part of it.
We just finished channeling. We just had the guides channel to the folks who were there. It was a lovely session. It's always super high energy. And it was great to hear them really talk about this special time. This is a time really of awakening. And you know how they often call everyone, especially on this podcast, sentinels.
Yeah.
And being a sentinel means that you're awakened enough to where you're stepping ahead of the many who are still yet to awaken. And what a privileged place to be around people like that. What a beautiful way to be. And the answer is enjoy it. Make the most of it. Really feel the joy of it. Do you need to? Your favorite?
Here we go.
Hi, baby.
Oh my goodness.
I got to hold a dog. It was great. It was the best part of the weekend.
But you know, that pure unconditional heart energy that only our pets and animals can provide, right?
Exactly right.
It's something very special.
They're referencing Jasmine Bear, who's
Jasmine Bear.
absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
So we're very excited to have AJ and Tom joining us this weekend. We did a really fun Instagram live. If you guys didn't check it out, tune in and watch that, because as you all know, AJ and Tom have an amazing Soul Search TV show, Infinite Pathway, and now they have an incredible new book,
The Aligned Soul.
Tell us all about the book.
Yeah, tell us.
Oh my goodness.
We would love to. So this is channel text, of course. You don't want to hear from Tom and AJ. Well, thank you. But the purpose of this book, we have been publishing something we call Wisdom Wednesdays, and everyone's free. Still join it. If you join
Yes.
our
Go over to speakingfromsource.com and sign up for our free Wisdom Wednesdays. It's insight from the guides, inspirational insight from the guides delivered to your mailbox every week.
And they're very short messages, usually one sentence. And then the guides go into some detail to really make the point and to help illustrate. And we've been doing that since 2019.
Yeah.
And so we found we had this collection. We asked the guides, what do you want to do with all this? It's got to be more than an email.
Yes.
And they said, we want you to compile it. We want you to curate it. And so this book is the first step towards that. So this is remembering. They're all reminders because, of course, your soul already knows. And you just need to be reminded. And so every page is the message and then a detailed description that the guides channeled that talks more in detail about that message so that you get greater insights.
Now, given that you're tapped in, I'm going to read the message that happened to come up right now.
All right.
And see who can relate to this message. Notice how when chaos emerges, it emerges as a gift to show you what is out of alignment and needs adjusting.
Yes.
A certain president of a certain country comes to mind as I read that.
I think there's some alignment that could happen, but chaos also enables us to make new choices to the things that align and sit with us better. And think of all of the new choices that have come out of chaos, that have come out of change. That jacket that you just love that you no longer fit, and it's so frustrating to you, and you go to the store and you find this brand new outfit and you never look back. You think, why did I hang on to that jacket for so long? This is so much better.
Yeah, it's interesting. Chaos was really a big part of our channeling tonight. Yeah. And it really was helping people realize that chaos is a part of the process.
Yep.
Anyway, in the book, we've actually divided into 3 main sections. There's a section on remembering about your purpose, remembering about your power, and remembering about your connections to all things. And so each section has got a series of these kinds of, we have subdivisions, but a series of these kinds of messages. And so, and an index in the back. And the point of that is that you're able to go through and choose, what is it that I need to remember today? Or what we've been doing at the booth here the whole time, which has been great fun, is letting people just turn randomly. Put your hand on the book,
What message
get your energy
is for me today?
and what's the message that you want? And out it comes. I hope this isn't for me.
Guilt is never a part of your vibrant soul's journey.
Yes, that's so true. That's so true. It's an abundant, loving, caring universe. You're always loved and you're always carried.
So this book is now out. It's available. You can get it at speakingfromsource.com. It's available on Amazon. It's everywhere. So we think it makes a great gift book. We hope that you find it helpful. It's designed to help you remember with great love from the guides.
And we're so grateful for the Awakening World community and everything that Scott and Tangela do for the community. This really is a coming together of light and like-minded souls as we all choose to align. That's the key right now as we come together in forming these beautiful communities. This is where the transformation is going to occur.
So thanks for letting us be with you tonight.
It was so great.
I will come to your booth after the show for hugs and things. I just signed the book.
You bet.
Book is amazing, and I just want to really encourage everyone. This is an incredible.
How do we get it?
table book.
Speakingfromsource.com or Amazon.
Or Amazon.
A bedside table book to use just for daily guidance, daily reminders for really our own personal empowerment,
That's
stepping
what it's for.
into our personal sovereignty.
Yep.
And I just love the way that you all have captured in your book all of your beautiful channelings and the messages that we can really use as day-to-day guideposts.
Very practical.
I love what you said about personal sovereignty. That's so important. Coming back to the divine, I am that I am. It's such an important thing to recognize who you are.
And speaking of chaos, we do live in a world of chaos. And so we need to remind each other of what is the truth. And so we hope this book helps.
Yes, indeed.
So
Can you
next
guys
birthday
give
gift,
the microphones to JJ and Desiree?
I think we can organize that.
Thanks, everybody.
coffee table. You guys check out the Aligned Soul by Speaking from Source, AJ and Tom. And AJ and Tom are going to be with us in Scottsdale at our Scottsdale Enlightenment Expo coming up in June. So come meet them in person if you can't meet them here. And they're also going to be with us in Vegas in September. So we love bringing our soul family together and coming together live. And of course, our next guests need no introduction. They are the amazing doctors, JJ and Desiree Hertog. We have, and they are futurists, amazing spiritual and multidimensional teachers and guides, way showers of the ascension. And they have been teaching about the ascension for many, many years and are really supporting all of us in our ascension process. And so welcome, doctors JJ and Desiree Hertog. We had the pleasure of having Doctors JJ and Desiree Hertog at our Palo Alto Expo last weekend, and they gave an amazing presentation. If you all missed it, with Alan Steinfeld on multidimensional consciousness and awareness and remote viewing. So if you all missed that, you can still catch the whole talk. It's on the Soul Search YouTube channel and YouTube Soul Search Instagram. So you can tune in and welcome.
Thank you, Tangela, for that nice introduction. Well, we're honored to be here with our beloved colleagues. And Scott, we want to salute you. The soul search goes on. We're living in troubled waters on one level, but we're living in, shall we say, magnificent waters. We understand our potential. Our fantastic gathering here in Marin County is just a small part of what we see in terms of the worldwide wake-up call.
Right. So last weekend, of course, like you said, we were with Alan Steinfeld teaching people and just working with people on remote viewing, because we think you can be here right now, but you can still send energies of peace and, you know, transformation to parts of the world. We think that's in a critical situation that all of us can't be overwhelmed by what's taking place. So, or being fear, because when you get fear overwhelmed, you stop doing what you're supposed to do. Yeah. And we're really here to make a difference. And you say that all the time.
Absolutely. So you travel all over the world. What are you observing as you travel to all sorts of different places? And I'm going to keep the camera on.
Observing that young people in particular are at a make or break point. They know there's something more to the universe. There's a higher search for what we will call the divine paths. In the midst of great developments that we see, the old paradigms in society, particularly in economics, particularly in technology, particularly in politics, are not satisfactory to young people. They want, should we say, a blueprint of a higher plan.
But I think it's exciting. So we're here at the New Living Expo. Last weekend we were at Soul Search, and young people are coming forward. You know, whether it's even organized religion, I heard there's getting to be a surge, or people like here that are seeking to understand who they are and why they're here. It's so important, because I really feel bad for many of the people that don't have a background in realizing there's so much more. What we were teaching today, we had a great, and what we call teaching, but yeah, well, we're trying to tell people that it's not just your physical body. A lot of people think you're here only in your physical body, and that's it. And actually, we're part of a higher self. And that higher self is all the time trying to give us information
through vibrations
and through song and through music and through insights. So we talked, you know, you have 5 senses, but in actuality, you have another 5 senses that is higher sensitivity, greater awareness, greater understanding, ... So basically, we are so much more than just physical beings here. In fact, we turn the tree of life upside down. We say that actually we came from stars. We didn't evolve. And even people like Gary Nolan at Stanford actually says our DNA is like 9, something like billion years old, and it couldn't have evolved. Not our DNA. Dr. Hertog has this in the Keys of Enoch, that actually our DNA came from a higher code structure.
So we today presented a fantastic program on what I call acoustical physics, the vibratory nature within ourselves, within our chakra system. I mean, the levels of energy, flux and flow that we take for granted, but we don't use. And our message is ecumenical, that is to say to all people of faith, that we can come together as a positive statement of a positive future. And not dwell on the negative and go beyond the negative that we see, unfortunately, in much of the media to being, shall we say, custodians of much higher hope.
So today, for example, one of our closing was to sing the mantra Om Shanti 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 Om, and to visualize places in the world that are in turmoil, and we're going to, of course, today being one of them. And that's just putting positive energy out. And when you get more and more people to do it and visualize, really differences can take place. So it doesn't mean that everything's going to be gone tomorrow, but it means even a small young child or a woman on the streets can be protected by that energy that we send out. So it's so important to continue our prayers and meditations in a positive way. Can we introduce a friend of ours from Australia? He actually does plant music for the plants.
Can we check the microphone, Scott? Can we microphone again? The microphone's not as clear as it was, and we want to make sure.
All right, hang on, we're having trouble hearing.
Which one?
Oh, your microphone's not on.
Oh.
The little green thing is in.
Pass it on to my friend over here.
All right, but let's make sure it's turned on.
Okay.
His is turned on, but yours isn't. Do you know how to?
Thank you for saying that. So, yeah, there he is.
This one can exchange.
That's not, there's another box right there.
It might also be the
So
original.
let me introduce our colleague from Australia. His name is Bradley Pitts, the Brad Pitt of the East. And we have worked with him for more than 35 years. His music and that of his associate Darren Curtis is magnificent, top of the charts.
So one of the things they do is they've gone into the arboretum. They've gone into the arboretums of Australia, and they set up a whole symphony of sound where they plug in their devices and let the plants do the music. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, so sacred resonance is about trying to connect people to the resonance, connecting people to the sacredness of the land, connecting people, show them like, through everything is vibration, everything has a music vibration. So what we've been demonstrating to, I guess, in these big events and installations is that we've been hooking up like up to 17, 20 or more plants and having the general public coming through it and to experience actually interacting with plants and showing, another level of communication that people don't realize that we are all connected with nature and how important that is.
We're very thankful to have you as part of our Academy for Future Science network. And as you know, Brad, all of this began many years ago in IBM headquarters in San Jose, California, with the late Dr. Marcel Vogel, who began to communicate with plants. And then he was able to work with some of the other people, such as those who produced the book, The Secret Life of Plants.
Yeah, Chris Bird, for example, yeah.
And to show that there is actual stem cell communication. The piezoelectric effect, as engineers refer to it, within all plants that can be harnessed for communication. And plants have their own orchestration of melodies. It's a strange but wonderful phenomenon, recognizing that we're all in a garden of Eden, so to speak, when we realize that the flora and the fauna nourish life, the organic life, and we in turn nourish each other. And you and colleagues have, shall we say, put sacred resonance first and foremost in the musical and spiritual teaching. Could you tell our audience a little bit more about sacred resonance?
Yeah, sacred resonance is about really exploring the resonance that we all work with. And so, as I was saying before, everything is vibration. And so what we're looking at, what is the sacredness in those vibrations? What is the sacredness in the resonance that we can connect into? Knowing that our body has sacred connections in the portions of our body, music has sacred proportions in the sound and vibrations, that we can connect to the sacred. And so we're looking at resonance in the way that allows us to transcend into that sacred space, into that vibration. So it's about healing and it's about connecting into our true nature.
And Marcel Vogel showed this, like plants feel your love. They feel your wanting to connect. And if you go near them, they'll start singing to you. When you walk away, they actually kind of step back and relax. These are just some examples of what takes place. But it's very, very sensitive. And the whole idea is that everything in life is vibration. We're all resonating together. We're all in harmony together if we so choose to be.
And Brad and his colleague, Garen Curtis, have written a chapter in a book called
Sound.
And they have gone into what is the keys of Enoch called exotonal vibrations, which means there's a subtle energy field yet to be fully understood by biologists and evolutionary biologists that we can harness. In other words, we are part of a larger musical orchestration of life. It's those subtle sounds that were understood in ancient India, and Tangila representing also the heritage of India, Pakistan,
all the whole area, subcontinent.
Correct. The eastern parts of the subcontinent represent really the soundscape of the inner nourishment of the soul. Now, Desiree and I have just come up with a new book called The 72 Divine Names of the Holy Spirit. What is the Holy Spirit? Is the life-giving dimension of divine orchestration coming through the human body, or the exotonal system. We have worked also with sound and physics at Stanford Research Institute with scientists like the late Dr. Elizabeth Rauscher, showing that our body is naturally wired to higher acoustical properties. And if we can use this for control of pain, we can use this for rapid healing at a distance, as well as in a locality of utilizing ourselves as a musical instrument, we begin to rediscover that we have, in addition to our physical self, a epikinetic, a vibratory self, is known to the ancient Indian and Tibetan master teachers. We are a musical instrument in human form.
Right, in every vibration, we were talking about the solfeggio and the numbers of the frequencies of the solfeggio, like 3, 6, 9, even 417. All these relate to what Nikola Tesla actually had said. The numbers 3, 6, and 9, if you understand them, they're the key to the universe. So ancient times, they understood the vibrations of sound that is able to be transformative, to really put us in another state of consciousness.
And we've been able to take these sounds and put them into an orchestrated form of what I call cosmic pictures, cosmograms, as we see it illustrated. Each name has a cosmogram. Each name is presented in the ancient languages of Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek, Aramaic being the mother language of Arabic. And so with this teaching, we reach out to brothers and sisters of the Abrahamic tradition. All are included in the energy of life, unity, and the pursuit of spiritual unity.
Bradley, people are asking for your website.
Yeah.
You could say it slowly so they can catch it.
You can find us on, for instance, on YouTube, on Sentient Sounds or Sacred Resonance, like resonance.
Spell it out.
Yep, RESONANCE, resonance. Otherwise, sacredresonance.com.au.
But what's interesting, they have this Ascension Sounds on YouTube, and they have, once a week, they built it up to have all the key frequencies, like the 432 that people talk about in sound, the 528. We played to get today the 369 frequency. So you can listen to see these other frequencies, these higher frequencies, and really just tune into that resonance. It's fabulous. And they have a few pictures that
all major spiritual philosophical traditions tell us that there will come a time when there will be planetary ascension. This will come to the vibrations of Mother Nature, Mother Earth, and Divine Source. We believe that this is the time for the portal of ascension to open. This is the time that Tanjila's work combines with our work, combines with you, like those of you who are seeing this program, combines with Bradley's work. All of this is future science, science guided by consciousness and vibrations of positive thinking. So let us, shall we say, think of a positive future. Let us realize that critical times require our greater participation through sound vibrations, and make a decision that we will do more with sound vibrations in our life, and thus become the temple of spirit, the temple of understanding, the temple of sharing, this remarkable ability that's built into every cell of our body
And that's why people in the East always use mantras, because they really do work. We believe even Egyptian vibrations are good, and Sanskrit and Greek.
From
and
Bangladesh and the countries of Southeast Asia, which represent the ancient motherland, our archaeological work under the oceans off of Taiwan and China, Japan. In the 1990s, we actually discovered the ancient evidences of city structures that were once above the ocean that would submerge when the ocean changed. Well, we are all in situations that require positive thinking. Music is the best, but the use of mantras or sacred language is even better.
So I got a question for you guys. Tomorrow we're doing another show and we're gonna be in a quiet room. And I'm wondering, could you come back tomorrow and then actually demonstrate some of the sound?
Oh, absolutely.
So I'll send you what room. We're gonna be in a private room, the crew room. Could you come in at 1 p.m. tomorrow, Sunday?
That was fun.
Does that work for you?
Yes.
So I'll send you guys the information and
We can
big thanks
demonstrate.
to JJ and Desiree, and they'll be back on tomorrow. We're gonna bring on Natalie Namaste next. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow.
JJ and Desiree.
So this is a good chance for me to just share with everybody that tomorrow we're going to do a beautiful Sacred Sunday show. And so definitely please join us. And it's going to be at 12 noon Sunday, 12 noon Sunday. Make sure you get the microphones.
Let's get all the mics from you guys. Could you introduce? He's another botanic musician.
They changed everything. So it's like I can't find even the share screen that usually is right here. Here we go. Okay. So tomorrow,
I don't think those mics are on at all. I think you're just using your Mac mic.
Yeah, he took them off. So we're going to try turning them back on, and I'm going to have Tangela do a test with you in a moment. But while we've got it, please join us tomorrow at 12 noon. I will put the Zoom room link into the chat box. I will also send it out in an email tomorrow morning. I also sent out an email to all of our subscribers today with it. Join us 12 noon tomorrow. Eden will be my co-host. We have a new guest that you're going to love, Maria Owl. And as you just heard, JJ, Desiree, and Bradley will also join us tomorrow. So make sure you join us 12 noon. And now I am really excited because one of the wonderful people that's here at the Expo is Natalie Namaste. You've seen her on the show before, and she's going to bless us with her presence.
Welcome, Natalie, to the Awakening World. We're so excited to have you here with us live at the New Living Expo.
I'm so happy to be here with everyone and happy to be at the Expo. How good is this energy? It's like it's a portal and a spiral of light that's just going higher and higher and also very grounded. Yeah.
Because we're coming together in spiritual community, soul family. And so where are you joining us from? Where are you coming in from? And tell us a little bit about what you've been sharing here at the Expo.
I'll speak to the audience.
Yes, definitely. So I am South African and I live in Nicaragua, but I have just been to South Africa. So I've just flown in and I spent a few days here just acclimatizing, getting used to the energy here. It's powerful with the mountains, like we're in the valley and you can just feel the land. And here at the Expo, I am speaking tomorrow. I'm going to be channeling the Arcturians and the angels. And what I'm sensing is we're going to open up a portal so that everyone can have a direct connection with the light that they are in their body. And I also feel that they can deeply connect with their own teams of angels, guides, light beings. Yeah, and I feel like that's going to be powerful tomorrow, but I'm also enjoying meeting everyone and the community and just being here.
It's amazing. It's amazing to feel the energy of the spiritual community when we come together like this. And, you're bringing through the Arcturians who are here to also support us during this time of ascension. Do you have any messages to share with our Global Peace Tribe and Soul Search community that are coming through at this time?
Yeah, let's invite them in. Divine beings of light. There is so much peace always here in the present moment. And when you focus your awareness into the thoughts, many of those thoughts are creating, are manifesting, are bringing so much magic into this world. And those other thoughts that are leaking the energy out, you have the power to recognize when that happens and call all the light of your awareness, retract it back into the present moment, into your body, so that you can be more conscious and aware of what you're creating. This is your reality. You heard the calling of Mother Earth, and you've chosen to be born, to be here on Earth during the time of the greatest awakening. One day in the future, there will be no such thing as awakening, because no one will forget. And what an incredible time it is to have forgotten and then to remember. The whole process in itself is magical, and there is no destination. You are not trying to achieve something or reach something. The experience itself is all. You don't have to have a purpose. The purpose is that you are the entire universe, that you are consciousness experiencing yourself in the moment. And that is it. So instead of trying to push and achieve, surrender into the flow that already is. And when you do that, a rising of inspiration comes up. And that is where you take action and you create through the deeper part of your mind, the deeper part of your energy. And this is how you are birthing your beautiful new earth, new frequency here on the mother of all mothers, Mother Gaia. We are here to support you. We are here in infinite blue-white light. Feel us, receive, and know that you are loved, held, and supported. Wow, I open my eyes and the energy is white light.
Beautiful, powerful, powerful. And I loved how you said, we will have a time where everyone, but what an amazing time that we are in, where we are in that journey of remembrance. So powerful.
And it's fun to remember. It's playful to be human. When you have an experience of all the light that you are, and you remember the infinite being that you are, and then you get to bring that awareness and knowing into physical body and embody it and be the human. This is the magic. This is where we get to play and dance and be the human, be the essence of the light that you are in a body.
And I love what you also said, because as humans and in our human experience here, we can become so consumed with what is our purpose? What is our mission? And you said, your purpose is to know creator, know consciousness, know all there is and everything there is. And that is the true purpose. Everything else is just a way to get there. Yeah. And so what a powerful message for all of us, because that's a true liberation. Absolutely. When you can look at it from that higher perspective, this is my purpose.
Yes, to be me. Yeah. And each one of us are such unique essences of spirit. So to accept, oh wow, I can be me. Isn't that even that allows? And sometimes I talk about the pointless point. It's like we don't have to have a point and a focus and direction all the time. We can just be as we are, but then from being, it rises having a point and having a goal, which is the playfulness of being. human. So it's both. You see, it's about holding this paradox because like when I was going through awakening, I like you shed these layers, you get to it's like in a confusing stage where you're like, hold on, am I not meant to have an ego and not like what am I meant to do? The ego is very important because the ego is what creates the separate experience. But it's those patterns that are inside of the ego, that's what we want to dissolve. So we don't want to dissolve the ego, but we want to dissolve fear and scarcity and like doubt and worry, the things that push us to act and behave from a low frequency. And as we recognize what we're not, those patterns in the ego, we return to what we always are, which is here in the present moment, this divine, infinite energy and light. And then what happens is the ego empties. And when the ego empties, it rests upon the primordial state of consciousness. And that is just such an expansive way to live because you create from such high frequency.
Beautiful. And so what are some of the tools that we can utilize to help us in releasing these patterns? It's not we're out here to just release the ego, but all of the patterns that define who we are through this egoic perspective.
Yeah.
So what are some of the tips and the tools you can give to our audience for this?
So the first one is awareness. To maintain awareness, you are able to recognize when the mind comes up with a thought that contracts. Now, a thought that comes from fear or often the mind, a pattern will be control. And it's always a contraction in the body, or it makes you feel anxious, or it causes tension as well. So having awareness is the greatest key because when you're aware, and you go, oh, I'm tense. Oh, I'm feeling things uncomfortable. And then you go, oh, my mind's having thoughts that are low frequency. And just by recognizing that the mind has gone to an old habit and pattern, the awareness of it, the light of your soul starts to dissolve it. So actually, the relief of those patterns is effortless. What takes effort is to maintain awareness so that you are not responding and living from that frequency.
You know, one of the things I want to just point out briefly is truly not only is she wearing awakened and we're here on the awakening world, but she is literally the poster child for Awakened. She's on the cover of Awakened magazine this month or this quarter, I think it is actually. So she is the awakening goddess. And Natalie, tell people how they can find you and learn more from Natalie Namaste.
3 main places where you can get free loving support. One of them is my YouTube channel. I channel the Arcturians, the angels, 3-Eye Atlas, even sometimes Mother Earth, like whatever's coming through in the moment, and many energy updates because you know we're going through a lot and we need support. So that's my YouTube. It's Natalie Namaste Healer, and I have a very loving community. So come and join and you'll feel it. And then my Instagram, that's more, you know, like working with the mind, working with the emotions, that supports being human. And that's Natalie Namaste with an underscore at the end. And then my website, which is natalienamaste.com. And you can go, like, spend some time there because there's a free gift, a deep meditation to raise your frequency. And then if you go to the book now, you can see I do so many offerings. I've got a sacred circle, which is in May. I think it's maybe 25th of May. I can't remember exactly. And it's the beautiful thing is I like to make sure that everyone can come. So it's $44 for those who can afford it. There's a coupon code LOVE for a 65% discount, or you use the coupon code FREE so you can come for free. Just come. Hundreds of us come together. We meditate for an hour. We go deep. And people tell me, Natalie, I'm just feeling the energy afterwards. Like, this is what it's all about. It's being able to embody and feel the light that you are. So I'm here to help you awaken, to remember the light and to support you through that awakening process.
Hello, everybody.
Beautiful.
Natalie, I love you so much. Thank you. She's just wonderful. And we have another wonderful guest, Desiree Hertog. You got to come around. Desiree Hertog is going to bring a new guest. She said, Scott, you got to have this person on the show. So in a moment, we're going to meet her. And a reminder that tomorrow we'll be in our private room. It'll be very quiet. And so it'll be much easier for you to hear. And I I hope you've been able to hear all of our wonderful guests.
Okay.
And
So
I like
we can hear the man talking behind you.
Can you hear us?
No, we can hear the man talking behind you.
Oh, you just stopped. That was Neil making an announcement. The show is.
Okay. All right.
So we have 5 more minutes. And so this is our amazing new guest, Dr. Beverly Rubik. And she's actually here at the New Living Expo speaking about a personal journey of recovering from arthritis. And so Beverly is going to be speaking about her healing journey and practical insights. Welcome, Beverly.
Thank you so much. It's really a pleasure. Well, what I've learned is how much you can do for yourself with respect to reducing pain and stiffness. And, I was told, given my age and history, bone on bone arthritis on the x-ray and bone spurs, the worst. They said, you're a candidate for a joint replacement, but do I really want one? I'm a professor of integrative health and I believe in enhanced self-care. Actually retired from academia, but I wanted to push the limit, and I don't think there is a limit. I say that, but let go of limits. I'm recovering. I no longer have night pain. I have less pain and I can walk 20-minute miles. I had trouble walking around the block about 2 years ago. I have really turned things around by reducing inflammation, eating Mediterranean diet, low meat. Salmon is one of my best friends in terms of killing pain. And of course, the right supplements and mentality. And the most important thing that I learned was I needed resolve. I needed to say, yes, I'm going to do this. No more doubts. I'm not going to do the surgery. That's out of the question. And I will heal myself. And I think resolve is what's missing in many people's endeavors for self-healing. They just don't realize how important it is. So that's
how
my
do
message.
how do you create resolve? What's a tip for our audience of how to have greater commitment or resolve?
Well, I was on the fence about getting this terrible surgery because it's very invasive. They cut off your joint, they put in something metal, they use some kind of synthetic glue, and they never even test your biocompatibility with all this stuff. So I looked at that and said, this is highly mechanical and materialistic. That's not who I am. I'm a person who's a mystical scientist. I want to use all my resources as a divine being to heal. And I believe if I pray, align myself with source, and do everything I can, I will heal. I am healing already. So you have to set aside all doubts. That's the key. Doubts are sort of like clouds. Let them float by, but hang on to all those good things you do for yourself every day, making healthy choices to eliminate inflammation and exercise appropriately and eat right.
And Beverly, how do people find you?
I have a couple of websites. One is brubik.com. That's B as in Beverly, RUBIK.com. And I run a nonprofit laboratory in Emeryville, California, frontiersciences.org. And I do holistic testing. If people are interested in everything from biofield testing to live blood analysis, arterial stiffness testing, and health counseling.
Beautiful.
Well, thank you so much. And we look forward to hearing more about, this incredible journey that you've been on, and so much of the audience here is really able to benefit from everything.
Fantastic.
So much.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
Can you put the microphone on me and make sure it's turned on because it looks like it's off. Oh, okay.
I can give you a card.
We actually have one more amazing guest of all the people to end tonight with. It's perfect because we are about to bring up the new owner of the New Living Expo. who also is our favorite spoken word poet, who's also the man that we love from Portal to Ascension. He is the true Renaissance man. Here is the man, Neil.
So we have Neil here. He is the new owner of the New Living Expo, really carrying on this incredible expo that Ken created and bringing it new life, new vibrancy, a whole new chapter for and also bringing in your whole Portal to Ascension community. So how do you feel about this transition?
You know, tell the audience.
Okay, yeah. You know what? It was it was a very challenging putting this on, to say the least. It's been a crazy journey, but as soon as the opportunity presented itself, I just felt that it was really time to reinvigorate this event. I have a special place in my heart for this event because about 12, 13 years ago, before Portal to Ascension was even generating a revenue enough for me to do conscious events full time, I was importing Tibetan bowls from India from my cousin, and I was going to New Living Expo and Conscious Life Expo, and that was funding me, And I didn't, even though I had worked corporate, I didn't want to work corporate anymore. So I was like doing seasonal jobs on the Christmas tree lot at Home Depot, and then I was selling Tibetan bowls the rest of the year. Okay, Conscious Life Expo, New Living Expo, and the Body, Mind, Spirit Expos. That's where I was doing it at. And it's such a great experience and connection. I connected with Ken back then, but he doesn't remember because it was a long time ago. Because I was a volunteer one time, and so when I heard that it was up for sale, not only am I so into stories, if you know anything about my the history that I'm into, and also the spoken word, I'm into stories, and I love legacy. And just the fact that this event came out of a place where I would say in Northern California, truly the consciousness movement and the New Age movement really got birthed, and then it got spread around the whole world. And many people have no idea exactly what actually occurred over here. But since I'm into stories, I already knew that the New Living Expo was a legacy event based on all that wisdom from the 60s and the 70s into the 80s. But then Ken has been doing it for a while. After a while, you want to shift and do other things, and he was ready to move on from it. But in my mind, what I've been saying on Portal to Ascension is that this is the time more than ever. It's not time to end these things. It's time to begin more of these things, right? And so after the conversation with Ken, I it was just a conversation at first. I really didn't think that so much this was going to happen, to be honest, And then, but it did, and now we're here. And after thousands of hours on my computer, conversations with speakers and exhibitors, and dealing with so many different people, we're finally here in this moment. It feels very surreal, but I also feel that this is the perfect moment for us to step into what's to happen in the next few years, especially when it comes into disclosure, not only internally, but externally, understanding and connecting to the truth of who we are, and then also understanding that we're not alone in the universe. I wanted to originally, take this event on in 2027, when I had said, can you wait a year? Can you do it for another year? Because 2027, I feel it's going to be open contact year. And then he said, no, I want to do it now. So I'm like, well, at least it gives me a year to get ready for 2027. So I can work out the kinks, and make it better. I thought that was your leg. Work out the kinks to make it even better. So I'm just excited to be here. And I appreciate both of you guys being here as well.
We love you. Would you bless us with some spoken word?
Yeah. Since we are, the venue's closing down, so we got to leave pretty soon. So I'm going to do a short one here.
The odor.
Yeah, let's do it. Here we go. Meditate and levitate. Waves of frequencies resonate higher. I'm connected to the provider. Source of cosmic energy. We're going to be one single entity. Expansion remedied. Oneness must breathe. Exhale and let free. Consciousness to be. Experiences of you and me. Souls of interdimensional beings to feel, hear, and see this third-dimensional planetary existence. All time could be found in one instance. In this realm of linearity, atoms in anarchy, quantum polarity, the epitome of creation. Facing our egos, acquiring patience, waiting to let go of our nations, and join the federation of souls that will take us to the fifth world. Deep inhale, everybody together. Deep inhale. There you go. Thank you.
Thank you, Neil.
Neil,
Thank you.
For creating that
Love you guys.
federation of souls right here.
Yeah,
So
we are.
thank you for your leadership in this whole industry, you know, creating portals to ascension, creating a platform for so many speakers, healers, practitioners, and then, you know, already creating so many live events, and now really bringing your energy and power to create a new chapter for new life.
Yeah. It's all about family, you know, like, you know, all the people running this event are all people we love and care for, and then you guys as well, you know, doing it together.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's exciting, and it's an honor to be able to be a part of your inaugural show. So congratulations, you guys.
Thank you.
If you didn't come live, it's amazing. The energy is off the charts. It has been packed all weekend, and this is just the first rodeo for Neil. So I just am so excited to see what's to come.
Yeah,
So
me too.
congrats,
Thank you.
congrats,
See you guys
Neil.
next year, okay?
Yes, definitely.
Definitely next year.
Come join us on the floor here at New Living Expo. And, you know, we love you guys, and love you,
Okay.
Neil. Love you, Scott.
All right. Bye, guys.
But come on in and just say hello to everyone. We have our amazing instantaneous pain relief healer. Was that Neil?
That was Neil's.
Okay, perfect. Instantaneous pain relief healer. And this is actually a gift from Moon. She was so generous to buy me these mics as a gift. So as you all know, Neil Moon is able to heal pain in seconds. So if we're actually being thrown out of here, but if any of you have a pain you would like to raise your hands on real quick, let us know. And we'd love to bring someone up for Moon to do a quick pain healing. If anyone is suffering or feeling any pain.
So you got to raise your hand so we can find you electronically. There we go. Okay.
The quickest.
You're on, George.
Hey, I'm not at the expo because I've had severe dental pain. I'm taking antibiotics. It's right here in the upper left side of my mouth. Maybe you can help the rest of the pain disappear. It's much better. I'm on my second day of antibiotics.
So you know, so it's not confusing. I'm going to do it in 5 to 10 seconds. I'm going to just say one statement, and usually people feel relief within a split second. Did you hear me? Or
What did you say about antibiotics?
I can say it. I'm going to do intentions to clear your pain in 5 to 10 seconds. I'm going to start right now. I want 100% of your teeth pain or dental pain to be gone now. Do you still feel your pain? Is it reduced?
No.
Okay.
But if I touch it, if I press on this area, it's still sore. Just
Put in your glasses. I'm going to put a bubble white line protector on me, a bubble white line protector on you, so only white light and positive energy can come through. I'm going to put intentions into your glass. I'm going to channel source energy into your glasses to permanently and instantaneously heal and eliminate all your dental pain and infection. So when you touch it, you have 0% pain. Do you still feel do you want to touch it to see if you still feel the pain? Do you want to touch it? Yeah.
That is better. That is better. Definitely.
You still feel the pain?
You made a difference. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks. But do you still feel the pain?
I said no. I didn't feel it.
All right. Yay.
Slight, much slighter, much less.
I'll come see you guys
We might
tomorrow.
have to go to the dentist though, just to be sure. But like, yeah. But
Moon,
Well, I
are
had to
you
go to the
available
dentist. I
tomorrow
have to go
afternoon
back.
for training? So I'll send you the details on where we're going to be tomorrow.
so do I have to log into my computer?
No.
No, here.
Here
Oh,
live.
it's gonna be here live. Okay.
It's in a different location.
At a different location. I'll send you the information.
A room.
Oh, it's somewhere in this building.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, it's in the hotel building, but yeah. Okay, they're throwing us out. So, Omashar, I'm going to make you the host because I got to close my computer.
An amazing show, Scott, Global Peace Tribe Community, Soul Search family. Thank you all for joining us live at New Living Expo. We hope to see all of you at one of our Soul Search Enlightenment Expos coming up soon. Las Vegas, Irvine, Concord. And of course, tune in with our live readings and healings. We've got Bob this week on Monday and Ragini with chanting and meditation on Thursday. So we love you guys.
Thank you, everybody. I'm going to have to skedaddle. I've made you the host, Omashar. He'll do a closing song, and we'll see hopefully all of you tomorrow at 12 noon for our special Sacred Sunday show with Eden Amadora as co-host and some great presentations. See you tomorrow.
Blissful stillness, come to me. Blissful stillness, come. Hold me in your sweet silent embrace. Whoa. Blissful stillness, come to me. Blissful stillness, come. Hold me in your sweet silent embrace. Whoa. For there in the silence is peace, is joy, is vast, immense, immeasurable love. Immeasurable love. I call to my silent friend, my Lord, myself, my all. I call to the place wherein the lies the keys to freedom. Whoops. Blissful stillness, come to me. Blissful stillness, come. Hold me in your sweet silent embrace. Whoa. Blissful stillness, come to me. Blissful stillness, come. Hold me in your sweet silent embrace. Whoa. For there in the silence is peace, is joy, is vast, immense, immeasurable love. Immeasurable love. I call to my silent friend, my Lord, myself, my all. I call to the place within wherein lies the keys to freedom. Blissful stillness, come to me. Blissful stillness, come. Hold me in your sweet silent embrace. Whoa. Blissful stillness, come to me. Blissful stillness, come. Hold me in your sweet silent embrace. Whoa. Blissful stillness, come to me. Blissful stillness, come. Hold me in your sweet silent embrace.
Well, beloved ones, there we have it. Another fabulous edition of the Awakening World show. And tonight was so discombobulated and it worked perfectly. We decided to make tonight a lesson, Scotty, in surfing. And I think we did it well. So hopefully, there was a question about who was the last guest. And I know Diara put, if you look in soulsearch.io, all of the guests tonight you'll find there rather than their individual websites. And so we'll see you tomorrow on the Awakening World show. And I think there's the Zoom link in the email that theoretically you should have got. And if you haven't, then oh well. So love you all. It's so good to be back. And as I said, I've never left because I've always been here and I've always felt you. And let's just have a great rest of our evening. I'm going to go outside and bare feet on the cold earth. I'm in Colorado currently, and we had snow yesterday. It's the end of April. What's snow doing here? I know you Canadians love the snow until like July. However, there we are. Good night. Love you all. Thank you, Diara. Thank you, everybody. We rock, and thank you. We're lifting the planet together. It's an inside job, right?